what's up? Today I'll be talking about the movie Steel and Lace. This movie was a really enjoyable movie, by the way. Of course, being like a low-budget movie, you know, you want to see some stuff in more detail, but you pretty much get the idea. The movie's about this woman who got molested by this guy who's like a rich kid, and he owns like a powerful business company. Him and his friends kind of like captured in the alley, and while the guy have his way with her. Later on, you see her in the court having flashback about putting this guy in trial. The guy was acquitted as innocent, and the woman got mad, and the brother got pissed off. So she started crying, and then she went upstairs in the roof in the courthouse and killed herself. 5 years later, the guy still doing what he does. He's rich. Him and his friends is rich. It's like they kind of like shady. You know, they use their money for like corruption and stuff. As you see in the storyline, it'll just talk about that scene on how they really are with their business and money. But later on, you see these guys die one by this mysterious figure, and later on you start realizing it's the woman who's still alive, but this time her brother made her into a robot, and the brother wants his sister to get revenge for what happened to her 5 years ago from the guy that molested her by killing him and the friends that helped him out to molest her. So she kills these guys in gory ways, by the way. You know, like penis grinding sex scene, for example, which was like fucking funny, by the way. And also investigating on this case 5 years later is this woman who did like the sketch art in her case, and her boss hired to do a book about like, you know, like her past work. So with the help of a police officer that also worked on the case 5 years later, and at first the police officer does not want to get involved because she might get killed, because he knows that the businessman that molested the female 5 years ago, who happens to be a robot now, his friends are dying, and he doesn't want nothing bad happening to her. Later on, when she goes for the third guy, you know, and that was the third guy she goes after, the robot. That's when she does the penis grinding scene. She actually kills the sketch artist's boss because the boss recognized her face in the sketch art. So she actually killed him, you know. But hey, it was in a program, you know. I guess whoever witnessed or whatever. Later on, the sketch artist was running to the rooftop. She almost fell down, and the robot lady saw her, and her brother that was doing commentary, like controlling her, telling her to drop her, but the robot did not want to kill her, so she took her with her, and the brother, while they're going after to kill the found guy, you know, the guy that actually molested her, by the way, the main villain, the sketch artist was all tied up. She kind of knocked the brother unconscious. He goes up in the roof, trying to stop the female robot, I guess. I don't know if she was going to stop her or not, but the villain in the movie decided to capture the sketch artist while pulling a gun to her head, and later on, the sketch artist's ex-boyfriend, the cop, comes in with more police officers to go up in the roof, while the final battle with the female robot versus the main villain in the movie. The brother came up the roof, and I don't know how he came up the roof. He probably disappeared or something, like some magic or something, like from down here to up there to the roof, he's already there. But you know, that's B movies for you, right? The brother's telling his robotic sister, kill them both, and the robotic sister does not want to kill the girl because that's her friend. That's what she said. And so she used like this laser, kill the main villain. You know, he fell down the roof, put it all on fire, and then the cops comes in, and the brother picks up the gun, and then the police officer shot the brother, like injured the brother, and then the female robot picks up injured brother up, and the brother starts telling his sister, the robotic sister, we gotta leave, you know, and the robotic sister says something, there's only one way to leave, pretty much. So they're both killing themselves. All in all, Steel and Lace was a really enjoyable movie. Again, it's a B movie, so, you know, for its caliber, this is like an early 90s type of movie. And when movies were still enjoyable, by the way. Don't be surprised if for some reason I feel like Shout Factory might pick this movie up, or somebody might pick this movie up for a re-release with remastered. Who knows, maybe we might have commentary to these scenes one day. And I feel like this was an enjoyable movie. I like to see maybe a remake version of this movie, Steel and Lace. So anyway, guys, peace and see you later.